Welcome to this video on correlation and covariance. In episode 8, we'll explore what it means when two variables move together and how to quantify that relationship. By the end of this video, you will be able to explain exactly what the correlation coefficient computes, and you will learn about the famous blind spot that can make it misleading. We'll build on your knowledge of standard deviation and permutation testing from previous episodes. We will also introduce NumPy's core coefficient function and scatter plots. You've likely heard people say they're highly correlated. In this video, we'll go beyond the jargon to understand the math behind that claim. Correlation is a powerful tool, but it is often misunderstood. It tracks linear relationships, but it can hide complex patterns and does not prove causation. To understand covariance, imagine plotting customers based on tenure and order value. We look at whether they are above or below average on both axes to determine the relationship. The formula for covariance calculates the average of these products. However, covariance is limited by the units of the data, which makes comparison difficult. We normalize covariance by dividing it by the standard deviations of both variables. This process results in the correlation coefficient, which is unitless and ranges from -1 to 1. After building it by hand, we can use NumPy's correlation coefficient function to confirm our results at scale. It returns a correlation matrix. The sign tells you the direction of the relationship, while the magnitude indicates how tightly the data points cluster around a straight line. It is important to calibrate your intuition. Many people overestimate what a high correlation looks like. Most real-world business data falls between 0.2 and 0.6. Francis Anscombe demonstrated that different datasets can share the same summary statistics while having completely different underlying patterns. His quartet proves that a correlation coefficient can be misleading if the data is not visualized. Always create a scatter plot before you cite a correlation. Adopt the scatter-first ritual. Visualize first, compute second, and always be transparent about the limitations of linear metrics. Using Python, you can quickly generate scatter plots to visualize these relationships, including mean lines that make the covariance vote intuitive. When you have small samples, correlation estimates can be jumpy and unstable. An observed R of 0.7 from just 8 data points could easily happen by pure chance. To address this, we use the permutation test. By shuffling one column of data, we destroy any real relationship while keeping the distributions intact, allowing us to build a null distribution of R values. Remember that correlation quantifies co-movement, not causation. Every real-world correlation typically has 3 structural explanations, and R alone cannot distinguish between them. For instance, with tenure and order value, maybe tenure drives spending. Maybe high spenders simply stay longer. Or perhaps a third variable, like customer segment, drives both. We have covered this warning in different ways, as skepticism in Module 1, as a trap in Module 3, and now as a quantified metric today. In Module 5, we will learn how to predict without falsely claiming causation. Let's summarize the full journey from a data point to an R value. We calculate deviations, multiply them to get a vote, average those votes, and then normalize by dividing by the standard deviations. If you want to truly own this formula, try coding it from scratch using a small subset of points. It is the best way to demystify the calculation before using library functions. Always follow this honest 4-step pipeline. Visualize with a scatter plot first, compute your R, perform your permutation test, and then synthesize your findings into a clear, honest sentence. Anscombe's quartet reminds us why visualization is vital. You can have the exact same R value across 4 completely different datasets, which all tell different stories. To recap, you now know how to build correlation from scratch, why you must always scatterplot first, and how to identify the 3 primary causal explanations for any given correlation. Your deliverable for this module is the relationship audit. Pick two important numeric pairs, visualize them, compute R, run a permutation test, and draft an honest summary statement. Use this sentence template to report your findings. It includes the statistic, the uncertainty, the possible causes, and the structural check. It is the gold standard for honest reporting. Avoid common pitfalls like skipping the scatter plot, trusting high correlations from small samples, or confusing correlation with prediction, which is a topic for our future modules. If you ever see an R value above 0.9, treat it as a warning. It often signals data leakage or duplication rather than a meaningful discovery. Always investigate the source. Finally, use visual checks to see where your observed R sits in relation to your null distribution. If it is deep in the tail, your result is likely significant. This episode has connected our previous work on descriptive statistics and inference to the study of relationships. We have built a strong foundation for how we relate variables through covariance and correlation. We have successfully navigated through describe, infer, and now relate. As we look ahead, we move into the module's final act, represent. This will involve 2 episodes dedicated to the intuitive power of linear algebra. In the next episode, we will explore vectors and matrices. Our goal is to see them as geometric objects that help machines understand complex meanings, moving beyond dry textbook definitions. For your quick reference, use this cheat sheet to recall the formulas for covariance and correlation. Remember to always prioritize your scatter plots and perform leakage checks whenever you identify high correlation. To wrap up, you now have the tools to build, test, and speak honestly about correlations. Use the methods we have covered to avoid common traps and produce meaningful, data-backed insights. This program was brought to you by the Series of Thoughts team and Technovative AI.